Okay, so I watched two horror movies tonight. The first one was Come Play, and the second was Candyman. And I've already filmed my review for Candyman, and now it's time to talk about Come Play because this is a movie I was excited to watch when it first came out in 2020. Because like I remember hearing about this movie and then watching the trailer and thinking like this looks like a really fun and entertaining monster movie. And then when the movie actually came out, like I was looking for like screening times at my local theaters in my area, and this movie wasn't being showed in my area, and then I waited for VOD, and yeah, it didn't appear on Amazon or iTunes, and so yeah, I didn't know what was happening to the movie. This was a movie I was really looking forward to, but I couldn't find it anywhere. And so now recently, I went on Amazon Prime and I had a look at the recently added movies, and Come Play was in like the top 10 of that, and I was just like, I did not hear about this yet. Like I did not know, Come Play was available to rent and buy in Australia now, because I didn't hear any article about this. Usually when like something like this happens, usually it's widely reported by like Bloody Disgusting or some huge horror source like that. Um, but yeah, no. This movie I saw, and I just thought, yeah, why not add an additional movie to my 61 movies of Halloween review list. And yeah, so I finally got to check out Come Play. Did it live up to my anticipation? Did it live up to the hype? Did it live up to the excitement? Well, yes and no. Let me explain. So this isn't your typical standard, monster attack movie, monster action movie, if you want to call it that. This isn't your typical, monster film. This, because this movie, I feel like is more in line. I would compare this more to the Babadook, which came out in 2014, where that movie, it was marketed as a monster film, but then when you saw it, that movie is more about the characters. It's more about what this monster, what this thing is doing to that family and how it's getting under their skin, what it's doing to their minds. And that movie is very psychological. It's a very depressing. It's a movie about it's about a movie about a mother and son, and how the mother is having these strange visions and she's not sleeping properly, and it's a very psychological film. It's a very good film. I did a review a few years back for my 31 days of Halloween review series that I did. Actually, The Babadook was actually one of my movies, and this this story of Gunplay is very similar to the Babadook in the sense where this movie doesn't rely on monster. Like if you want to see the monster, like you don't see the monster in this movie until like the final 20 minutes. Like throughout this movie, the monster is the monster is a figure. He's a shadow. He's a like I guess he's the boogeyman in the darkness, waiting for you. That's the type of monster you can expect here. It's a monster that very much gets under your skin as the viewer, because the book that is being told about this particular monster, Larry, so is the name of the monster. Um, it's the illustrations. It's very unclear at what Larry does look like, and it really gets to your mind. It uses the audience's imagination, and that was something I really dug about this movie. Is the illustrations are so like it's you hear like little tidbits, you hear little details at what Larry looks like. Like in the book, it says that that Larry is that he is thin and tall, and the illustrations like do resemble that of sorts, but you don't really know what Larry's face looks like or what his skin features look like or anything like that. It's a complete mystery throughout this entire movie, and I thought that was just done brilliantly. It really kept me on edge all throughout the movie, just wondering what does this creature look like. And to me, it was a very effective way to showcase this monster or this creature. Um, and it's Larry. He's much. He will do anything. He will do like anything in his power to, to get. What was the kid's name? I didn't take notes for the movie. Stuart? No, I can't remember the main character's name in this. Well, also his character's name. Um, but he will do anything in his power, to have this kid as his best friend. Um, and that means separating some friendships in the movie. And that's actually, speaking of that, that's another thing. This movie is loaded with very impactful and very powerful themes, because it deals with family, it deals with friendship, it deals with being different in a school environment and kind of standing out and being that odd one out, which in many cases, like being being weird. Being weird is great. Like that's one of the messages I love in this movie. Is like is like you can be like the weirdest person on earth, and people can pick on you, and that is a theme that is definitely touched on, especially in the first maybe 30 minutes of this movie. And that was something that I really enjoyed, like seeing that theme and kind of seeing this main character prepared to some of his, or compared, so compared. Jeez, my grammar is fucking shit tonight. Jeez, it's like it's like 1 o'clock in the morning, and and here I am, messing up on grammar. Jeez, so tired. Okay, but yeah, compared to some of his classmates, that they try to be each other. Like no one is different, and he's this odd one out who has a different way. He has a different way of learning. He takes like speech therapy lessons, and he's not really a social. He's not really a social person to say, because he has this. This disorder of sorts, where he's only just learning to speak words and to speak sentences. And that was something just I really liked, just seeing that development, just seeing that really different character who this character does, like he has autism. Yeah, he has autism. Yeah, geez, I cannot speak tonight. Wow. Wow, that's yeah, well, yeah, that's not good. But yeah, he has autism, and that I thought brought a really powerful theme, and just it added so much to his character, especially in some situations towards the ending of the movie, where there's a certain thing that happens with his mother, and the first word that he speaks is actually like hinted at like throughout the movie. And this, I thought it was so great. He's such a well written like main character, where his only source of communicating and actually talking to people is by technology. And I think that is the beauty of technology now, is for students, for people like him who have this disorder of not being able to speak. Like technology, it can do that for you. And so this movie puts a positive spin on technology, and just like seeing it in this light. It was really good to see. And I thought it added so much more to this movie. And there's a friendship that when the movie starts off, like it's not that good, but then you realize that they've been friends for like many years, and then something happened at one point in time with Jennifer and the main character's mother, And so there's a whole storyline about that, and I thought that was great. I thought the ending of this movie was great. Like, I thought all the emotional stuff in this movie I thought was really well directed. While this movie is a bit of a slow burn, like at first, like it does take a while to get into. Like maybe the first 10 minutes of this movie are a little slow. It's not an exciting movie. It's not a fast-paced movie. This is a movie that takes its time to develop its characters, to develop its story, and to develop its themes. And just, yeah, like I really enjoyed seeing all of that in this movie, and from what I could see of the creature looked really good in this movie, like from what I could see. But yeah, I thought this was a good movie. Is this a movie that I can see myself watching again? Yes. Am I in desperate need, to go watch this movie a second time, like right now? No. But I can see myself watching this maybe like a year from now, and and getting more out of it, because I think this is a very powerful horror movie with a lot of different messages, that can be interpreted in reality. And just I thought this movie did all that really good. I thought, like, for the most part, like there's a thing that they do with cell phones, where cell phones are the only thing. Well, through a phone's lens, you can only see this monster, and I thought that was a really cool, little subplot there. As far as the mother and and father go, like their characters aren't that great. Like after watching that movie, I don't remember much about their characters. The thing I more take away from this movie is its themes, its messages. That's what I take away from this movie, because not many horror movies in particular in the horror genre have this availability to actually have these types of messages and do them right in context of the story being told. So yeah, at the end of the day, I really enjoyed Come Play. I enjoyed this movie a lot more than I expected. And did I expect a different movie out of this? Yeah, I mean, from the trailer, I was kind of expecting a more kind of fast-paced monster movie. But then, as I was seeing what this movie was actually about, like it more clicked with me that this is for people who appreciate characters and story, in their horror movies. I think, yeah, this movie does all of that. For the most part, pretty good. Like, there are a few story issues, there are a few character issues I have with a lot of characters in this movie actually. But yeah, I think at the end of the day, yeah, this is, I think, a really good monster movie. So yeah. So anyways, guys, yeah, if you have seen Come Play, let me know down in the comments, what did you think of it? Did you like it? Did you think it was mad, or did you really not like it? Let me know all your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section down below. So anyways, guys, I hope you have a good rest of your day, evening, or night, wherever you are, and I'll see you in the next video. Alright, bye.